As we reflect back on all that we have been through in the last 3 years, looking at the turnaround of Genesis, which is pretty remarkable, I would say, from my lens as board president, there have been two major things that we accomplished together that led to all of the tactical stuff that had to be underdone. And if you look at Jim Collins' book, Good to Great for the Social Service Sector, I would say one and most important was getting the right people on the bus. And the board's role in particular of hiring a strong ED with background across a lot of skill sets, but also incredibly deep relationships in the community, who then was empowered to figure out what to do to get the right people on the bus for the staff. Those you keep, those that you had to let go, those you had to hire. But also the board. I mean, we had to go through a huge transition with the board of shifting from being an operating board to a policy board, which meant different types of people that you need, and training and all sorts of things. And then I think the second thing was really what I love is the hedgehog principle, that unique proposition for what is the strength of Genesis and really staying core to mission.
Well, when I came in the first 2 weeks, and there was always a really good relationship between the board and the executive. And one of the things I really appreciated from your predecessor as board president is his candor about the financial condition of the organization. What I don't think he understood as well, which he couldn't have been expected to understand, is kind of the shape that the day-to-day operations were in, which was pretty weak as well. So one of the things I really appreciated was the board's trust in the executive director's vision, and I laid out 4 primary areas right away within my first 2 weeks that needed to be addressed. One was the board, and it was so fantastic to be working with a board that was not defensive when I said,
we need to change ourselves.
The board is part of the problem.
Exactly, we were.
The program, the finances, and also the infrastructure. That's a great question, Lucy. It's actually guiding everything, I think, for the senior management team and for the board. So, as you know, our 2010 to 2015 plan basically had 2 things, which I think was not spoken out loud, but was intentional in our development of that plan, because I think sometimes where strategic plans go wrong is there are these PhD dissertations with 150 different things.
Right.
Ours really boils down to essentially 2 goals. Now granted, they're huge, as you know, but one of those is conservative, smart growth to between 2 and 3 million, both through geographic expansion and through acquisition of smaller agencies or programs, and the other is a complete redesign effort, rebranding, changing our name, because we don't think our name represents who we are. And so to that end, our Development and Marketing Committee of the board has recruited a pro bono marketing firm to donate over $60,000 for that entire rebranding process. And then thanks to assistance from the United Way, we've been able to contract with Matt's Project Redesign and are pretty actively engaged in some conversations with potential partners to merge into Genesis.
The fact that I think that you have a strong management team because you're leading it with strength. And that certainly the relationships in the community, particularly say with the county boards, with major funders and stuff, are still very much focused on a trust in your vision for the organization. And and maybe it's the culture of the organization around leadership that then you represent. And I think what's great is you represent it, but now people can see it's the whole organization. It's not just one person.
If we were talking to an organization that was really struggling right now and needed to turn around, are there a couple of just kind of key nuggets we think we'd tell them about how to turn their organizations around that we've used that are?
I go back to, it's that right people focused on the right things with excellence in communication and a dedication to staying focused on mission. That would be how I put it in a nutshell.
And I would agree with all of that, in addition to a willingness to be engaged continuously in making the hard decisions, even if you're in a good economic place.